Hi guys, welcome back into my channel. My name is Meg, and in today's video, I will be sharing wisdom on how to reframe your mindset, as science shows that 40% of our happiness is based on our own intention. Oftentimes, we are so laser beam focused on the lack or what's missing that we simply forget to have gratitude for exactly what exists in our life today. So, I'll be sharing my wisdom and exploring how, as I currently am getting my integrated coaching certification, this was part of the change theory that we learned this past week. And I wanted to share it with you guys because it had a major impact on me. Do you realize that means that almost half of what happens to us is simply our choice of belief, thoughts, and mindset? Because our happiness can be measured in so many ways. I know this is subjective, but anyone that knows me and my work is very familiar that I truly believe that our thoughts become our reality. So if you focus on the past, like as Joe Dispenza states in his mind heart coherence work, you can simply pick up your past and set it down and place it in your future. But of course, most people are seeking positive events and manifestations and changes that will light up their life for the better. So in order to do so, we must tune into the now and be full of gratitude. Really taking a survey of the blessings that are right around you. And then the most important part, guys, is then relishing in the feelings of how the love and the joy or the comfort is so that you feel it in your bones. I like to think of it as if we set an intention of what we want to attract into our life. And then we have to simply let it go. And this is by far the hardest part. I always tell myself, so the things we want most and are essentially still in the vortex, as Abraham Hicks says, and not here in our 5D experience, we should not think about it at all. And the answer is yes, but the reason is clear, because if we're living in the present moment and being grateful and really active participants of our daily moments of what we have today, that is exactly the vibration to attract what it is that you want. So here's the thing. If we are grateful for the simple things like having a roof hopefully over our heads and a nice space to cook a healthy meal, or for a dear friend who lights up our life each day with a nice conversation or note, even for a challenge that is shaping our resilience as a human, we are operating at a higher frequency, sending those vibrations and those thoughts all into the universe that I am abundant. I am lucky. I feel so blessed. Thank you. These positive intentions and a mindset of love outweighs any negativity currently in your life, because despite the heartache or job loss, maybe a fight with a loved one, there's always a silver lining. When the pandemic hit and our yoga work studio in LA and the whole community basically closed and shut down, just like everybody else in their communities, I was heartbroken. I had literally, you guys, poured 4 years of my life into growing friendships with the souls and teachers, not to mention the mentors that inspired me to become a yoga teacher. The wisdom that I gained from being on the mat weekly, diligently working on myself to specifically strengthen my self-worth. it was the best 4 years that I could have imagined in terms of my journey and that I could have asked for as an entrepreneur who was looking for balance and to strengthen my inner landscape. And I couldn't go to class. I was so sad and I really missed it. I missed, of course, like the rituals and the actual practice. So, as we change and the world changes and our circumstances change, there's always something to be grateful for. And I think that we as human beings are always on this super highway of productivity and making money and trying to check all the boxes of what in society is considered to be a successful individual. And while some of those things are totally intrinsic to who we are and how we're able to function in our world, I really urge you to come back to a more simplistic place when you can and offer up some time of reflection where you can simply take a walk in nature and look at the beautiful palm trees swaying in the wind, or just listening to the birds and feeling the wind on your face. This reminder that nothing is permanent and that every day is truly a gift. And I think, without any major hardship or some life altering event coming at you, it's really so wonderful if you can get into that headspace before that even ever enters your life. And I think we find on this self-development journey that most people, find themselves looking for new tools or way to help their mindsets to grow spiritually, to become more conscious when something happens that kind of throws them off course. And that makes sense, but I think we can sort of get ahead of that a little bit by just really allowing yourself to relish in the simple everyday gratitude. And it's really simple, guys. Even waking up with your coffee, you can just jot down a couple things you're grateful for. I will give you an example today. I've been on this, really kind of conveyor belt of, my company and creative directing and working with clients, and I've been so blessed. There's obviously ups and downs. It's been really slow the last couple weeks, and I've also been interviewing for full-time roles and trying to network, and there's a lot to sort of wrap my arms around. And while I'll never get to be in like this perfect place, I decided this morning to give myself a little bit of grace, and I wrote down all of the progress I've made in terms of work and all of the interviews I've had. And I noticed that, I've had 23 interviews in the last 2 years, and that's a lot of conversations. And while it hasn't yielded me the right role or the most highest aligned for me at this point in my life, what it has done is I have gratitude that I've had conversations where I'm steering my own fate and destiny by speaking the words of truth that are authentically connected to me and what I want as I move forward. So while it is frustrating and it's also stressful and you have to research and be on and do all the things to prepare when you're plugging into corporate America, there's the other side where I realize things haven't worked out because it wasn't the right thing. And we can apply that to so many areas of our lives, right? So there's always something to really focus on. So I urge you to take a little bit of time if you can, and just maybe do a journal entry on one or two things that you're truly grateful for today. Maybe you could expand a little bit more. But when you really start to operate from that place of, I love my life, and while there's so many things that I wish for, I'm really gonna just be so thankful for everything that I have right now, because when we do that, that is exactly what propels us into the next version of ourselves, into the future where we are in those experiences and we are coming into existence with the wishes. And so they're coming, and you trust and you believe in yourself. And it's also a really grounding practice to just look at every day as a gift. Think of yourself and think of this opportunity. You're never going to be this young again. You're never going to be in this exact moment that you are right now ever again. If you have small children, they're never going to be this age again. So while you may feel really overwhelmed and it's such an intense job to be a parent, like how rewarding these little people that you are helping to steward into the world and bring them into a place of kindness. So keep going, guys. I hope that you can think about how you feel abundant and you feel lucky and you feel blessed. Thank you so much for listening. I feel very lucky to have an outlet on this channel to share my voice, and I will continue. So please feel free to like, share, and subscribe my work with anybody else. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you very soon. Take care.